That same kobold from Hilltop. How'd he write a book about me? He didn't follow me through the Underdark deserts. No, wait, he did, didn't he? He was with the caravan of halflings. But he didn't follow me into Underdark. I know that for sure. So, fine, I'll take a look at his precious book. This rather large tome has a rather interesting title. Shadows of Underdark, written by D. Scalesinger. Deacon, I suppose. Inside its pages is the full account of an adventure from earlier in your career. Your first adventure. The facts seem a bit exaggerated according to your memory. Well, of course it is. He must have made it up. Regardless, that did not stop the book from becoming a great hit amongst the nobility in several major cities throughout Faerun. Annoying. However, what of the remains of the assassins? A potion of cure critical wounds is a vastly superior potion to that of cure moderates. What of these remains? A scroll of greater dispelling. Could be very useful. And what of you, White Thesta. A stunningly beautiful woman watches Durnan and other men with a predatory look. Other women she glances at only occasionally, frowning and raising her nose in contempt.
A fair evening to you.
This elegantly dressed, well-manicured, beautiful woman smiles at you.
It is good to finally meet you in person. My name is White Thesta. I'm a priestess, so if you need healing or any temple supplies, I'm here to help.
You know who I am?
Everyone knows you, at least by reputation. Durnan told me you would be here when he asked me to come and lend my healing services to this mission.
I hate that book. Regardless, thank you. I have to tell you that treating your wounds would be a great pleasure. But pleasures must be denied in such trying times. I have to ask, given your dress and demeanor, to whom or what do you devote yourself to? I'm a priestess of Suni, goddess of beauty. Our goddess's first desire is to find beauty and make it hers. I, as her follower, must do the same. Yeah, Suni. Lady Firehair of Brightwater. Goddess of arts, beauty, and, yeah, moving on. But I suppose that's not why I'm here. Durnan called upon my temple for help, so I came. He seems to think I might have items that could aid on your quest. Yeah, he said you have something for me. It's a rod of resurrection, an item of such power it can actually raise the dead. Based on all the rumors about Undermountain, you're probably going to need it. Those 4 eager souls who charged on ahead likely have need of its power, so don't be afraid to use it on them if you stumble across their bodies. If you find the remains of one of those brave adventurers and restore them to life, they might be willing to help you in your quest. I doubt you'll find many others who will accompany you into Undermountain. Fair enough, I will help if I can, but do you have any other goods I could use? Of course. Let me show you the rest of my items. Normally I'd ask for a large donation for each of them, but since you're trying to save the city, I'll only need enough to cover their base costs. Yeah. Anyways, let's look for equipment, Scale mail +3 would be a wonderful buy. It's a bit lighter than the current chainmail, however it's the same armor bonus. The reason I want it, however, is because the armor check penalty is only a -2 as opposed to a -5, and allows for a much higher dexterity for various benefits. What have you in the weapons department? A heavy flail, huh? could be very good and useful for me, I must say. Snow halberd. Ooh. The quarterstaff tempts me as well, for sure. So many things tempt me. Various scrolls and potions, amulets and rings, healer's kits, and a new item for the game, dyes. These ones in particular are cloth dyes in the colors of pink, light red, dark red, and bleach. Interesting. Very good to note, however, nothing I want to buy immediately. So, let's head on upstairs to my room, for we have spells to play with. Level 6 spells and a few spell slots for others. Actually, before I go, let's heal up these friends here. Very good, he's still injured. We can fix that, though. Okay, uninjured. Very good. And you miss. Very good. Both are uninjured now. Also have the remains of one of the assassins. Some arrows of the vampire. Should sell for a marginal price, I suppose. Those seem to be so common. I always find them wherever I go. Ah well. I think after I rest and get my spells ready, I will go out and look for the shops that Durnan mentioned. Argyle or Argyle was one, I believe, and some magical shop, but I can't recall the name. Common room's open. I will close the door for him. Very good. Also, we'll return the dagger and clothing to the armory here. For they are not mine, and it would be very rude to simply sell them. After all, they're not mine. And I'll put this book here. Maybe someone will want to read it. I doubt it, but... And as for you, thief. You steal my stuff, I steal yours. Yes, I am petty. An average sonic trap kit. Not useful to me, but could sell for a good amount of money. A magical dagger and crystal, both unidentified. Fair enough. Maybe Thesta can help me with those. And just to avoid being robbed again, I will rest in my heavy, uncomfortable metal armor. Yeah. Anyways, we have an additional first level spell slot. And I think I will bring another use of Entropic Shield. Lasts for 1 turn per level, so at the moment, 11 minutes. A magical field appears around the caster, causing any nearby enemies to have a 20% chance to miss on ranged attacks. Very nice. For another 3rd level spell slot, I am all for utilitarian spells. Perhaps Clarity. This lasts for 5 rounds and then an additional +1 per level. So that, for me, would be 16 rounds, which is a minute and a half if my math is correct. What does it do? This spell removes the effects of daze, sleep, confusion, stun, and charm, as well as protecting against all mind-affecting effects until expiration. Not too shabby. As a side note, for every effect removed by the spell, the target creature sustains 1 point of damage. Very minor, but good to keep in mind. And now for the all-powerful level 6 spells. We have all manner of things from heal to summon creature 6, create and control undead, and even extending 5th level spells. But here's what I want. Blade Barrier. Blade Barrier brings into being a 30-foot long and 3 feet wide wall of stabbing blades. All those passing through the wall take 1d6 points of damage per caster level. That's a lot. That is a minimum of 11 damage, upwards of 66. If you stand in it. Every few seconds. That's a lot. That would kill me in about 2 seconds if I was standing there. Very scary. Very scary. It lasts for 1 round per level. So again, if my math is correct, that should be 1 minute and 6 seconds. Very scary, and I must be careful, but its power is unquestionably good. And for the other spell... maybe something extended from level 5. Haste could be one such thing. This lasts for 1 round per level, so again, just over a minute. But if I extend it, it would be 2 minutes. Which may not seem like a lot, but its effects are well worth it. The target of this spell gains a +4 bonus to dodge armor class, which stacks with other dodge bonuses, so pretty much a +4 bonus to AC. 1 extra action per round, which allows you to cast or attack. And plus 50% movement speed. So overall, you're far tougher to hit, and you attack more often. Very, very worthwhile. And now we'll rest. Afterwards, we shall head on back downstairs and speak to, I believe his name was Graben, that Durnan mentioned. Fair enough. And what am I even hoping to collect, Lighter armor would be great. A new helmet for sure. Something more comfortable than this thing, definitely. And I really want to have at least a new weapon type. The dual-wield mazes are cute and all, but just not my style. I would love to have a halberd again. However, if I cannot attain such a weapon, I would also settle for things like a greatsword, quarterstaff, and so on. I'm a fan of polearms. What can I say? Greatsword just seems so... boring. I realize how silly that must sound, but I never claimed to be smart. This huge one-handed half-orc stares at you with a grimace, trying to decide if he recognizes you or not.
You no allowed out. That'll be banned on streets.
But I'm allowed to leave, Sir Half-Orc. His eyes narrow in thought.
Me not remember boss say you go out.
Rayle, Entair, ring any bells? The half-orc's mind slowly churns over this information. Then his face brightens in recognition.
Oh yeah, boss say it okay for you to go out now. Me remember now. You be careful if you go out there. There be bad stuff out there. Many streets closed, shops closed, and sometimes looters.
He unlocks the door, then slips the key back inside his shirt. He gives you a big, toothy grin, then waves goodbye. Well, for myself, as usual, let's buff up before walking into a potential ambush/suicide, with our usual assortment of spells. Protection from evil, dark fire, stone skin, protection from elements, various nice and useful things. Let's also cast aid. Could be very good for the little extra accuracy and whatnot. And Bull's Strength, of course, fun favorite. It will provide between 2 and 5 bonus strength. For today, we get 2. It's the minimum, but still a very nice bonus. Let's get out there. Oh, hello. Ooh, hang on. Could this be the ideal blade barrier? I feel like it might. Guard, you need to not be standing there, sir. There's going to be a very large blade wall. Be careful. What's the matter, Duergar? Afraid to fight now? Dire spider. It appears the others have gone invisible. Ah, that was quite the bite. Very painful. Invisibility will not save you, fiend. Guard, don't go in there. You're standing in a wall of swords, and I need to back up for now. If I can goad them to me, my life gets infinitely better. Okay, for now, deal with this annoying bear, if I can. Come on. There we go. Very quickly, a healer's kit should do me well. Nice. My strength had decreased by a few. That's fine. Be enlightened by the traveler's wrath, fiends. Oh, good.
I will answer any threat you bring!
I'd rather you answer my questions, but that's not going to happen, is it, Shorty? Likely not. What about you? No? Fine. Duergar, dark dwarves. More or less the drow equivalent of dwarves. The guard seems to have died, unfortunately. This poison's irritating me quite a bit. Let's look for any other threats. This guard seems to be doing just fine, thankfully. Oh, another guard, good. Our galley's arms, This could be what I seek. Let's check it out. Door is unlocked, which can be either foolish or brave. Or both. House Scar and the blacksmith, and there's the one in question. This halfling has a hard, uncompromising look in her eyes. The clothes she wears and her general bearing indicate a successful merchant. There is also a pride in her bearing as she touches her merchandise. Okay.
Hello.
A dark frown covers this woman's face as she surveys her displays of weapons and armor. As you approach her, she cocks her head to the side and arches an imperious eyebrow.
You have the look of an adventurer about you. It is good that you are here. How can Argali Silk be of assistance today?
Well, what kind of things do you sell here? Agali Silt is a great merchant. She has generously agreed to keep her shop open and make her arms and armor available for purchase, despite all of the dangers. It is a sad day when the streets are closed and the people are too scared to flock to buy Agali's magnificent goods. Would you be interested in seeing Agali's goods? They are very high quality. Well, aside from the very strange accent and the third person talking, let's see your inventory. What have you got? Merchant reaction is favorable. That's a change of pace. Hasn't happened in a long time. What of the crystal here? A blue lesser Ioun stone. There are several colors available as I recall in the world. Ioun stones are well known to possess different powers depending on their color. When activated, they orbit around the head of the owner. Only one lesser Ioun stone may be activated at a time. The blue Ioun stone in particular increases your wisdom by 2 while active, usable once per day. While potentially very useful, I find the mine to be far more prudent right now. And the knife. The runes on this dagger identify it as belonging to the Red Sisters, a notorious sect of drow assassins. A fairly plain dagger, just with an added 1d6 points of acid. Fair enough, I will definitely sell it. Can't sell the trap, sadly, but that is just fine. A pot helmet, that's more my speed. Gimme. Have you a weapon? I see. Well, you have 6 pages of weapons. I'm fairly sure I'll find something I want. Wow. You were not kidding when you said high quality goods. You have everything under the sun. And if not, then you're damn close. Hello, beautiful halberds and 2-blade swords, which I can't use yet. But I want to. The halberd +3 is so very tempting, but also a little bit out of my price range. Oh, double axe as well. Oof. I will be back for you. I'm not sure when, but I will be back for you. However, I feel that the halberd +2 is my best bet, and also very expensive. Yeah. I wish I had more funds, but I can at least change helmets real quick. Ah, it's so much more comfortable. So much more comfortable for me. I will buy the halberd over everything else. Nice. That feels better. And I do not believe I can buy any more armor, unfortunately. Though I'd very much love to. Breastplate +2. Well, that looks familiar. And I can almost buy it. Arrows of the Vampire for sure. And the Scroll of Greater Dispelling, while very useful, I think I want the armor more. There's also Scale Mail. For a bit cheaper, surprisingly. Though their stats are... Ah, no, that's why. I thought it was the other way around. Fair enough. I will sell the scroll. I want that armor. Badly. What have you here? A couple rings and an amulet, not very much. And some metal dyes. Black, bright copper, and light gold. And a torch. Actually, I would definitely buy the torch. Could be very useful in the right situation. Thank you very much, Argyle. Your goods were very useful indeed. Now let's go find the other shop that Durnan mentioned, and also look out for other looters or Duergar, as Graben mentioned. Oh, hello, what's this? What are you doing to protect us? Why have you closed the streets off? Aren't the drow gone? There's nothing to see here. Move along. Huh. I guess they're quarantining off the streets, which, fair enough. A 3-week siege has been happening for this city, so yeah. Hello. Little Musings and Magic Shop. As you knock on the door, you hear someone grumbling and shuffling around. Then a small window slides open and a pair of eyes glare out at you.
Can you not see the sign? We are closed. Please go away until such time as this war is ended and or the street ban is lifted. Goodbye.
Pardon me. I mean no harm, but I'm Rayle Entair. I was told that you might be able to help. My goodness, please come right in. I'll just unlock the door there. There you go. Please come in right away. Fair enough. This seems like a more pragmatic man. He has door locked and a rather impressive bone golem. Created by demented wizards, bone golems are generally used to guard prized possessions. Their bodies are pieced together from various creatures, both humanoid and monster. That'll keep you safe in a war, I guarantee that. Now, hello sir, I don't mean to startle you, but you may have goods that I could very much use.
How goes your adventures?
An elegantly dressed mage is busily reading from an ancient crumbling text, but he smiles at you as you approach.
The moment I heard your name, I thought to myself, oh, this is simply too good to be true.
Please tell me you didn't read that ridiculous book. Of course, my shop is actually closed right now, but a visit from such a famous adventurer is too good an opportunity to miss. Maybe I'll write you into one of my plays. Well, friend, you have the advantage of me. What is your name? Oh, how rude of me. I am the Mage Sobri, an instructor of the magical arts at the University of Waterdeep, sage of Soothsayer's Way, and proprietor of this fine establishment. Or at least I was an instructor before those cretins burned down my part of the school. Ah, this happened during the attack, I presume? We were one of the first places to be attacked by the Drow in Duergar. They were savage, brutish monsters. They put the entire school of magic at the university to the torch. It was simply awful. They almost killed me, you know. I guess you were lucky then. Well, I was actually not there at the time, but they did kill a number of my friends. You can imagine how terrible it was for me to go back and see all the devastation. Several of my students died in the laboratory, where I taught. We found their bodies, dead and mangled around the corpse of a young cockatrice they had helped hatch only weeks before. I know it probably sounds strange to you, but the way they protected the creature, well, no mother could have done a better job, I'd say. And now they're all dead. I'm very sorry for your loss of your students and friends. I have barely been able to sleep since. That was why I created this magical telescope, in the hopes that it would help me come to grips with the attack on the university. Feel free to use it whenever you wish to observe the details of this attack. It might help to strengthen your resolve against our enemy. But I'm sure you've more important things ahead of you too. Perhaps I might have something that you would find useful. I have all sorts of magical items at my disposal, and a share of all profits go to assist the rebuildings of the university. Would you care to browse? Absolutely, friend. Ooh! I am already intrigued. All manner of robes and the like. Cloaks as well. Very interesting. Nymph cloaks in all colors. Not too shabby. And honestly, a fair assortment of weapons too. Not bad. Even for someone of the mage variety, this is pretty impressive. Well, if I want to scroll, this is where I go, I guess. Even blank scrolls, if one wishes to, well, make their own. And a potion bottle, for again, if someone wants to craft their own. All manner of staves, rings, wands, and amulets. You are most impressive. And even more dyes. Purple, black, dark turquoise, and light orange, all for cloth. Even some poison. I will buy your healer's kit +1. Could be very good for me. Well, thank you very much, Sobre. I will definitely be back for you. Boots of Striding +3 look very nice. Very well. What of this telescope? Let's take a look, shall we? Be careful with that. It could be a little disorienting. Let's check it out. What do we see if we peer through?
Die! I'll have you dead! Taste the pain! Taste the pain! A glory! Lives to waste! A glory! Taste the pain, unworthy foe! I'll take it! A glory! Taste! Death to the surface dwellers.
Pretty awful. Sobre watches your expression as you look up from viewing the battle. It was horrific. And the powerful items they stole. I shudder at the thought of our enemies wielding such power. I fear that with such deadly attacks on the city, we shall find ourselves undermined and easy prey for the creatures of the Underdark. Well, what kind of items did they steal? Everything magical that the mages of the university had made or were studying. Most likely there were even a few powerful artifacts, though I am not sure what they would be specifically. If you recover any, I am sure the school would love to have them back. Yeah, fair enough. You seem like someone who's a bit more educated. Take that for what you will. Can you tell me anything of the Underdark? All I know is that the rumors are the legends. I do know that there is supposedly a way down to the Underdark through Undermountain. Well, can you tell me of that? That is not my area of expertise, I fear. It is a dark dungeon created by a wizard of undeniable power and destructive insanity. If Halaster is not in league with our opponents, then he is overcome by them. It is the stuff of nightmares to think that one so strong as he might have fallen. If his power could be beset, then I fear for all of our lives. Fair enough, Sobre. I'll see what I can do. Goodbye for now. Of course. Good day. Yeah. Well, no sign of any looters or other attackers. Yeah, full circle. Very well, let's head inside. Return to Durnan's gear. Perhaps rest a few moments longer for this damnable poison to wear off. And we'll head down into Undermountain. Mad Halaster's greatest creation. Winding mazes, various monsters, from a rat to a dragon. I did fight a dragon before, but I had the help of a powerful artifact. Turned me into a giant. With my own weapons and spells and faith, I am understandably a bit more nervous of it. I will also, of course, customize this new armor for myself. After all, it's good on its own, but it can be far better for what I desire. Now then, let's get to work.